王になる男だ。
What is going on, guys? It is your boy Kelly Mac on the track, never whack, bring it back, and we are back with Strash Sit Down episode 172.
Hey, there you
go. You know, I've been going for a minute, so I almost lost it, but I'm here. You feel me? Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been here. The guys held it down like 2 weeks ago, and then we've had mad breaks in between that. But I'm back. I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys. I missed the podcast. I missed talking about One Piece, all that good stuff. You already know.
Likewise, goats.
Indeed,
Yes,
indeed. But yeah, I'm here. I'm here with the crew as usual. That boy Mr. G in the building. What's going on, my brother?
That's good, y'all. Quick shout out to my little cousin Jordan for turning 5 yesterday. Celebrating with him yesterday, so it was pretty cool. Got him a little One Piece Lego set, so we'll see if we get a fan in the
Let's
making.
go. Get him started early. Yes, sir.
Let's go, man.
Gotta get him started early. That's fire. It's definitely fire. We got Mr. Sure had Mod in the building. Almost gave Mr. 2 shout outs. That's how long I've been going, man. I gotta get back into it, man. Mod in the building. What's going on, brother?
We all understand the rules. Mr. gets 2 shout outs.
Yo,
that's the rules.
Stay woke.
I won't forget. It's true.
Nah, but I've been good, chilling. I ain't got much to say other than this chapter is crazy and I just want to get straight into it. So
yo, Mod, I fuck with you because I feel like that's your intro every time and it's so real. Because we gotta get into the chapter, like that's some real shit. I can't lie to you.
I mean, that's just it is what it is. If it's crazy, there's no time for fluff for me. Like it's
my guy, straight to business. That's my guy right there.
We go in.
Hey, let's do it. Last but not least, that boy Huss in the building. What's going on, man?
I'm chilling, man. It's funny you guys say that because I was literally at basketball just before this, and I was telling my guy who's catching up. He's like, "Yeah, I hear it's just ridiculous now. Like, what's like One Piece in the current moment?" And I was like, "Bro, you don't even know." He's at Wano, and I was like, "Yo, bro, you don't even know." It's like every chapter we just get like the craziest thing, and it's like 5-6 years ago, I would never think we'd get this stuff, and we get it daily, like every week, bro. Oda just throwing the shit at us, like, "Yo, take it, bro. I'm tired of holding on to it." So yeah, I'm excited, man. Let's do it, bro.
Yeah, this chapter was a good one. What I was gonna say, I was talking to them before we started the pod, and I want to say that I'm glad that I wasn't here 2 weeks ago because, unfortunately, coming off of Huss's praise for the recent chapters, I have to say that chapter was the worst chapter of the entire arc and possibly of the past 2 years. I'm not gonna lie to you, that shit was absolute garbage.
What?
Damn.
That last chapter was the first time in years that I did not finish a chapter on read. I got halfway through it and I was like, I'm bored. I'm gonna come back to this.
Wait, hold on.
Thankfully, Oda made up for it tenfold with this chapter's peak. But yeah, I'm glad.
Wait.
And I think you guys should be glad that I wasn't here because it would have been bad. I'm not gonna lie, it would have been bad.
Wait. Can you give a quick rundown as to why you don't enjoy when you didn't enjoy that chapter?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would love to guess. I think because a lot of people are not the biggest fans of the Shaki focus. Is that you?
I think Shaki's cool. I wouldn't say that the Shaki focus was necessarily my issue with the chapter. I think it was, I want to say pacing. I feel like it was a lot of Rock's fluff. Just more going into what the Rocks Pirates were doing at the time, what they were about, which we've already kind of established over the past few chapters. I feel like it was a lot of more of the same, at least up until the Shaki thing, but that wasn't until like the very end of the chapter.
Yeah. The first 3 pages are like the Rock stuff, yeah.
But I will say though, like people have been clamoring for Rock stuff, and so there's extra fillers to see though, But
I completely agree.
I will say with the Shaki stuff, I feel like it did come out of left field, so I can see why people have some issues with that. But
I think it was a combination. It was because I'm not mad at the Shaki stuff. I think that it's a lot more established in this chapter. I like the direction it heads here, but especially in that last chapter, combined with the extra Rocks stuff that I feel like we've already established. I feel like it just felt a little redundant to me. You know what I mean?
So the first 3 pages And I guess them reacting to Shocky leaving. Like the 4 or 5 pages is just the Rocks parts doing whatever. That's where you were like, I'm not feeling this.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay.
You know, because I remember it was. You know what? It's crazy. I definitely only got a few pages in because I remember reading Whitebeard, breaking the earth, and just the camaraderie between the Rocks pirates, and I was like, I'm kind of bored. I ain't gonna lie.
I think, man, you might dog. Might be a you problem. I'm not gonna.
No, I'll hold that. I will 100% hold
seeing-
that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think seeing these crazy figures have any sort of interaction is like, I can't believe I'm looking at this. You know what I mean? Like we were talking about it on the chapter when Kaido was like, whoa, you cooked the whole island. I wish I had a devil fruit that's that crazy. And Whitebeard's like, yo, make sure to pick a good one. You can't just pick any random one. We were like, yo, Kaido and Whitebeard are having a conversation on screen. Like, consider it when Marineford want to kill this nigga, right? Like, so. It's a you problem, but lock in, bro. It's the Rocks pirates. What are we doing, bro?
He said that's a you problem. Lock in.
I'll hold that. I just want them to move forward a little bit more, and Oda delivered in this chapter. So I also agree. Back on train with
I can understand too because the pacing has been crazy, and I feel like the last 3 or 4 chapters he's slowed down, which I'm surprised by, but not mad at. So yeah, I understand the difference in pacing. It's definitely jarring.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: did you not find it interesting of the crew dynamic in general that he was showing? Like this, like
no.
So you didn't find it interesting of Shiki?
I found it interesting the last 4 or 5 chapters we've met Rocks in this flashback. It was very interesting, bro. I get it now. You feel me? Like I get it now. I understand. You know what I mean?
Understood, man. Fair enough.
But
I feel it.
You know, everyone can have a wrong opinion.
It'd be like that.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing we all agree 58 is crazy.
I'm 10 toes. I'm 10 toes in my opinion. You feel me? It'd be like that sometimes.
I respect that, bro.
I respect it. Don't agree, but I respect it.
It'd be like that. This chapter was fire though. I did like this chapter a lot. There's been a lot of talk over the community, Twitter sphere, Reddit sphere about some events. Starting with the cover story. I guess we could just go right into it, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I want to say this is what I got spoiled from you.
Yes, me too. This was the only thing that I saw leading up to the chapter. Once the chapter dropped, I started seeing more of like the actual chapter stuff that was going on inside of it. But this reveal right here was all anybody's been talking about from spoilers up to the time the chapter dropped.
It's so random.
So random. We have chapter 1158, Rocks vs. Harald. We have the cover story with Yamato still parading around Wano. You know, my blind self. This is the same shit that happened with the Blackbeard reveal. Because Oda put son of Blackbeard in little letters at the bottom, and I didn't even realize until like 10 minutes after I'm staring at the page, like, oh shit. And the same thing happened here. Like, I'm like, okay, it's a grave, the heroic pirate of justice. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I go on Twitter, they're talking about Moria. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I go back and I see the little writing on the side. The grave is Kozuki Moria. Insanely random reveal. Apparently Moria is hailed from Wano, seemingly.
Yeah, did not know that.
And
But they have hinted at it before, though.
But this is concrete proof, right? Is this concrete?
Yes.
So
yes.
Moria is Kozuki.
Yes.
Confirmed. Okay.
Confirmed. And I think because Missa talked about it before, because I got the spoil for me, and he had read the chapter already, so we could talk about this one thing, like on Thursday, because I hadn't read it until Friday, and so because you think maybe it's an ancestor. No, it's definitely him time-wise, because this was the same grave she's been at for like the last 2 or 3 cover stories, and it said this person died fighting Kaido, which obviously we know he didn't, but they might have assumed that because they don't have news, and they wouldn't know that Gekko Moria became a Shichibukai later on in life, right?
Right, because they were isolated from
exactly.
From the rest
and now he's not in the news at all because apparently he died in news, right? That's what the story they had go up. So it makes sense that they think like, oh, he died fighting Kaido. And they did say he was born in the West Blue a few cover stories ago, right? This person at this grave. So it seems like he went back to Wano to fight Kaido to free it.
I think that's why he was trying to amass an army with his powers, right? And get like legendary warriors
to go back and save Wano and free and get rid of Kaido. So
after he loses to Kaido specifically too,
right,
like he's
right.
like I need the power again.
When we see him in current when Luffy gets to Thriller Bark, we're assuming that he was building up to go back.
I think he might have said as much, to be honest. He's like, yo, I lost to Kaido 20 years ago. Teeing up now, we're not losing an emperor. I'm looking at an undead crew. I'm gonna, you know, the problem is my crew is weak or something like that in there because they're living humans. So yeah, he, like it was kind of building, and there's a lot of hints, which is crazy to say that. But like, first off, he was fighting Kaido at Wano, which we learned in the Odin flashback. He was in Wano.
Why? I was about to post the picture that you sent me.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send a picture to the Discord.
Yeah, we see a young Moria fighting Kaido with the sword.
Yes.
You know. So
yeah, I feel like that was. I remember that from a chapter. It's a recent chapter, or not recent, but I remember.
Yeah,
seeing
it was
that
from
when
the Odin flashback.
Yeah,
it's from the Odin flashback, and then so we see the actual event of them fighting because we heard about it in Thriller Bark. That's why he's like a failure. What do you mean this is?
Anyway, if you go to his of them clashing.
Yeah. That clash, Moria is using a katana, and we've never seen him use that before. And obviously, people can use katanas and not be from Wano, but it's kind of a specific thing. It's kind of rare.
But
he has Ryuma's sword. He had Chusui, right? He had Ryuma's body. And lastly, my boy Grayson, frequent translator on the podcast, sent me the fact that in Japanese, Gecko and Kozuki can be read backwards and mean the same thing. Like Gecko and Kozuki are like homophones or whatever the word is. Homonyms, I don't know.
Homonyms.
That's some older shit to do. I'm sold. I ain't gonna lie.
It's crazy, like, and it's like so, like I think like it's not one of those things people knew and no one was guessing, but it's like one of those things that's like he's like putting a pin in it. He's like, yeah, by the way, in case you guys didn't notice, boom, Kozuki Moria. It's like, wow.
Damn.
Yeah, Oda's the GOAT, man. Oda's the GOAT. Recontextualizes this goofy ass side villain. Well, not side villain, but what do you call Thriller Bark? I wouldn't say a side arc, transitional arc, maybe.
Yeah, it is a bit of a transitional arc for sure.
It was unexpected too, because they just like fell upon it, right? You know, they got caught up in it.
Right.
So. Yeah, so you wouldn't expect nobody expected this from Moria, I'm assuming. I don't think anybody had fucking Moria stocks, you know what I'm saying? So like,
not at all.
There are technically there are stocks for Moria just because of the fact that like his devil fruit it feels like his devil fruit is like pretty important to the story because they keep bringing him back and keep bringing him up and stuff like that.
That's fair.
But this reveal, I definitely think in the future we're getting like even more Moria expedition in some type of way. Like he's going to interact either with the Straw Hats or something again. Where's he at again?
He's on with Pirate Island.
He escaped,
right?
Or he escaped, yeah.
Oh no, because Kobe helped him escape. You're right. That's gonna be a dope interaction if Moria finds out that Luffy actually freed Wano. Their whole relationship might change. That's really cool, actually. Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
I wonder, does he return to Wano though?
He might.
Or does he be like, okay, well, you know, Luffy freed Wano, that's good enough for me. They don't need me type thing.
I mean, because I could definitely see him getting the newsletter, right? And it says, Yonko Luffy fucking defeated Kaido, like, you know, and he's like, what the fuck? So that means, like, let me head back to home.
Yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't go home. Good. Yeah, if that was his whole reason, for assuming that was his whole reason for creating Thriller Bark and amassing this army, you know what I mean?
I think though that he's like still become a piece of shit. Like he definitely regressed as a human being. I mean, he might not have been a good person before, but like I wonder like what current Gecko Moria is like takes from this, you know what I mean? Like, what does he want to do anyway? What does he want to do after Thriller Bark anyway? Now that Kaido's done, right? What is his goal?
Yeah, I mean,
that's what he wanted to do. That's why he was building an army.
I'm curious to see him interact with Momo because he's gonna be. I'm the older Kazuki, so I should be in charge. So there might be a clash there.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a good one.
Or
Ranch like, family like Neji and Hinata.
Yeah, or he's like, I'm gonna teach you or whatever, and because there's a lot of graves.
Highly doubt.
Yeah, that's the kind of scary thing, right? His ability is kind of like against what you want to do. Feeling.
Yeah, but if they haven't, because they have a lot of graves in in Wano? What if he raises them up, and that's how they have like more fighters for this final war? You know, for Luffy's, because there's not a lot of people left in Wano that could fight.
Yeah, they're not the
So-
strongest place. I fuck with it, but I just think it's like I don't think they will morally agree with it. And I think Moria as a person has to like do some soul searching before you can be like, oh yeah, I'm a good guy now.
Yeah,
right?
I
Like,
hope you guys. Yeah, I don't see that from Current Warrior. I think Current Warrior definitely has the ability to grow as a character into something like that, especially after being
with this
humble, defeated by Blackbeard or whatever, and finding out that Luffy saved his country. I'm sure that should change his perspective up. If it does, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
we'd have to see.
and then also we gotta see like how his relationship was with Odin, or like if he admire Odin type of shit too. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Like, is he actually a Kozuki of the Odin ilk, or is he something else entirely?
Yeah, and I mean we have, because I know his current weapon was what, scissors. You could definitely take two like scissors, take them apart, use them as two
Turn him
swords.
into swords, and he kind of did that, didn't he? Like,
he did. So and then also the fact that he got Ryuma, right, a dragon slayer. So he was definitely wanted Ryuma to be the one to fight Kaido. I feel like.
Yeah. That's probably why he took Ryuma's grave and sword. Like this is what killed the dragon last time. That's a good pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Insane cover story. Yeah, insane cover story. Definitely. Was it worth the 40 previous cover stories to get here?
JJ asked a good question. John Sherrod asked a good question. Can Moria read poneglyph?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That is a good question.
He's older too, so it's probably possible.
What does that mean for? What does that mean for anything? Like, if he can read poneglyphs.
Well, I guess he could join the CrossFit and make them a real threat to find the One Piece, right?
I don't see him having any ambition for the One Piece or anything like that.
He did at one point.
Did he?
At one point, yeah.
He was at Roger's execution. I feel like all those people are like
everybody who pretty much everyone who was at Roger's execution. Yeah, they were like up and coming, inspired pirates and stuff.
That's possible.
That's why there's like this theory, well, kind of a historical theory video or video insight, I should say, that basically Shanks, Moria, Crocodile, Mihawk, and people of their generation were basically the worst generation of that time, right? Like these were the next up and comers to take out the Yonko, because the Yonko was established before Roger's death. So these guys would be like the guys that would, you know, potentially supersede or match up to where the best pirates in the world at the time are. And the only person that rose up to that was Shanks, because he became a Yonko, whereas everyone else kind of fell to the wayside and kind of, you know, plateaued because they couldn't get over that hurdle of the Yonko and stuff like that. So, and Gecko falls in that category. So he could have inspirations for the One Piece. I mean, that's why that whole Buggy speech, you know, towards Crocodile, Mihawk is like, hey, like, where y'all ambitions go? Why y'all just settling for this? We need to go for the One Piece. I could definitely see Moria being inspired for that too, personally.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Real quick, lastly, before we go into the actual chapter, because this shit is crazy, I also see a lot of people bringing up Perona, because Moria adopted Perona at an early age, so a lot of people are assuming Perona is from Wano as well.
Very possible.
Which also leads people to make a connection between her and the little pink-haired girl who has the same eyes as her, as possibly being older sister. Oh, let me get the picture.
Girl,
yeah, right here. Otama.
Damn, this is crazy.
Yeah, they got the same pink hair, same eye shape. So some people are saying Perona could possibly be Toko's older sister,
or some type of relative in some.
She didn't have parents as well. She's young. I think that's the only real difference. They're like, I guess they have a big age difference, right? No.
Yeah, I mean, but
How old is Corona?
Like,
I don't know. Corona's got to be like early 20s, late teens, maybe. I think it's early 20s though.
yeah, I don't think she's like super old, but I just wonder, like, are the same parents adopt, like, just like, giving up kids like left and right every 10 years? You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's some cool to think about.
Yeah,
crazy cover chat story. Let's get into the actual chapter now.
Yes, sir.
I had a question.
I
had a question about the Moria thing. Do you guys think that's like if the cover story ended here, like, or like in like a few chapters, is that like, was that enough? Like, did we get enough out of this cover story? No, right? Cool.
But yeah, that was gonna be my question too. Was this worth the 40 cover stories we got prior to this? Like, is this the big reveal for all the stories? You know what I mean? Because if that's
Definitely
the case,
not,
it's
yeah,
definitely
Okay. I'm gonna say this. Is this enough to, satisfy us after 40 chapters? No. I'm also going to say, if it does end like this, I understand, because this is like a kind of like a heartfelt, like, kind of like a heartfelt goodbye-ish type cover story. So I could see it ending after this, but would I be personally satisfied? Or nor do I no, I would not be personally satisfied. No, nor would I also think that it would be satisfying for most people to end it like this, just because I feel like there's a little bit more that we're all looking for. And I don't want to keep bringing it up, but there's a little bit more that we're all looking for.
We know what you're waiting for. You're waiting for that Kaido Big Mom reveal, bro.
Oh,
I'm looking for. I'm waiting for something.
He had his stocks in that from the jump. I forgot.
Yes.
I'm waiting for something. I'm looking for. I'm looking for. Go ahead.
I'll just say one thing we can't forget, that this is Yamato's cover story. So that's why I don't think it's done.
Bro, them fellas are burning in boiling lava right now, bro. You're done. It's over.
Bro, no, don't say that, Kelly. Don't say that. Don't say that. Please.
What do they call them? What is it called? When lava people turn to like stone, petrified. Yeah, they're petrified, bro. You're done.
No,
I'll say Yakiniku.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Them showing us a statue of them two being petrified is more than that would be confirmation for me.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be
They're
crazy.
walking on the beach and they see Big Mom Kaido just stone fucking. That would be insane. That would be worth the 40 chapters. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I agree.
That would be worth the 40 chapters.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully we got something else. We got to see. We don't know if this could be the end or if we can get a couple more cover stories. They're at 40 though, so I don't think we got much more. Even if there is more, there can't be much more. I don't know what the longest was, but I'm pretty sure it was around this amount. Is this the longest?
Yeah, we're coming up on. Yeah, we got to be coming up on.
The German one was long.
The German one, I think, was the other longest one, but I don't remember exactly. I want to say it was high 30s, which would make this the longest cover story we've had, which would be absolutely insane for the information or lack thereof that we've gotten from this cover story. I don't want to shit on this story because it has been cool. Like it's not been the worst in the world, but after 40 chapters,
German was 33.
Damn. So this is the longest one.
Yeah, definitely.
God damn. Yeah. You gotta end it with a bang, man. You gotta end it with a bang. You gotta give us something else.
Oh, here's also another way it can end. You end it like this with Yamato, but you see in the coast, underwater, you see Jack, the drought, swimming to get Big Mom out of the water or something like that.
Wouldn't he get Kaido?
Yeah, he wouldn't. Big Mom.
I don't believe. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't believe Kaido. I don't believe Kaido. Well, this is me personally. I don't think Kaido is coming back. Like, I genuinely don't think. If he does come back though, that would be like top tier. That's like icing on the cake.
See, my thing is, I understand your reasoning because Big Mom made that promise, so we have like that verbal thing, that verbal insinuation that she's coming back. I get that.
Yeah, it's very highly like it plot. Like, that's why I think it. If anything, I feel like Jack might switch up and just be like, okay, well, if I can't get Kaido, if Kaido's not around, I mean, Big Mom, fuck it. Big Mom is like the next best choice or something like that.
I just feel like Kaido and Big Mom are kind of the same ilk, like the same Yonko status, durability, strength. Maybe not not the same exactly necessarily, but comparable enough to. I feel like it wouldn't make sense to bring one back, and one survived and one died. I feel like that wouldn't make sense to me.
I think for me, the only reason why is strictly narratively. Like, okay. I think Big Mom holds more significant at this point, more significant importance to the story, narratively speaking, going forward right now than Kaido does.
I agree. I agree.
Bad parents break promises all the time, bro. That's what Oda said.
That's also real.
Right, so
that's also real.
Let's keep it moving, bro.
Yeah, let's not spend too much time on this. This old news anyway. Let's get into the actual chapter.
Yes, sir.
Chapter 1158, Rocks versus Harald. We start this chapter in a certain stretch of sea on the Oro Jackson, aka Roger ship. We get the Roger pirates breaking the news of Shaki opening her bar on Pirate Island, and we see Roger, of course, pouting. Shaki gone. Super tough. We see all the other pirates celebrating though, because they thought that Shaki was just retiring and out of the pirate game for good, and they would never see her again. But now, knowing that Shaki is on Pirate Island, they know they have a chance to see her again. Yo, Shaki is like Taylor Swift of One Piece. This shit is OD.
No cap, bro. This is fucking.
Yeah.
This shit is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Unexpected. It came out of nowhere, dude.
Yeah. We get a little scene between Rayleigh and Scopper, where Scopper notices Rayleigh have had some kind of a mood after a talk with Roger, and he's kind of piecing two and two together, but not really. Rayleigh says it was nothing, and then we get a little flashback to the actual conversation, which you don't really get too much information on. We see Rayleigh say he wasn't going to tell anybody, but he'll tell Roger. And I think this is Roger replying, right? That he says this is when we fought the Kuja before she abdicated. Do you guys have any ideas what they're talking about, or?
I think the rest of this page is it explains it. I think.
Okay. I wanted to make sure because I assumed that, but I wasn't 100% sure if it was something unrelated. You know what I mean? If it was something that was going to come back up later, but that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. So Roger goes on. He says that he remembers that Shakuyaku had some kind of illness, and that when he heard that she was giving up her position, that he worried about her health, and he finds out that ever since then, Rayleigh has been sitting on a certain note. Rayleigh said he didn't want to bring it up because it was awkward, and then we see the note. It says, "Come and get me." Signed, Shakuyaku. If I got this message from Sakuyaku, I am out of here, bro. This nigga Rayleigh is crazy, bro. I would have been gone first thing in the morning, bro. They wouldn't even have known. They would have woke up like, yo, where's Rayleigh? Like, I would have been the fuck gone, bro.
That is some captain.
Yeah, no,
that's some captain there.
That's a real one. That's a real one.
No, it's not a real one. That is not a real one. That is terrible. How you going to abandon your crew the first chance you get? Like,
out of here, bro.
Bro.
Like, you leave your friends and everybody behind.
I think he meant Rayleigh was a real one for.
No, I meant Rayleigh's a real one for not going. Rayleigh's a real one for not going. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm about to say you would not be a real one if you did that. Like.
Yeah, nah, bro. Yeah, nah. I respect them. I've gained massive respect for Rayleigh after this chapter for sure.
I don't know, man. I think he's soft.
You
think he's soft? I also think he's soft. I'm trying to be politically correct.
We'll see, because later in the chapter, he doesn't. I have questions about him.
Okay. No, I know what you're talking about, and I agree, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
We get Roger with my same reaction. What the fuck are you talking about? Where's the temptation? And Rayleigh says there's no temptation. I just don't want to be tied down. And Roger's like, well, I do. And I don't think I've ever related more to Goldie Roger in this entire story than this panel right here. Like, I don't understand Rayleigh at all, but it's all good. It's all good.
Bro, Rayleigh wants to have his options, bro. He's called the Dark King for a reason, dude.
The Dark King.
I was laughing out loud when I read this chapter, like literally laughing out loud. Like I was like, "What the fuck, Roger?" But I mean, I get it. You're smitten and everything by this woman, but it's just crazy that I just never expected Roger to just be like kind of like this,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it doesn't throw me off.
I was. Oh, go ahead, guys.
No, you're gonna say it. We're gonna agree. I agree with you. Say what you said.
I was gonna say I don't think that it's a Roger thing necessarily. It's just Shakuyaku is that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like
We were not gonna say the same
okay,
thing.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I actually think Roger. I was actually smiling kind of you when I read this part of the chapter. I think Roger here is like, yo, we're doing this. We're going out to get Shaki, not because everyone was fucking with her, but bro, this guy really is soft. Let's matchmake. He's not gonna go out and take it. Let's bring it to him. Cause look at Rayleigh's smile in the top left.
Yeah, it's like
I think Rayleigh's being a good friend.
I think Rayleigh in this panel is
or Roger's being a good friend.
Yeah, I think Rayleigh in that panel is definitely like secretly happy that they're going to get Shaki for him.
I like this a lot.
Yeah. Shout out to the Roger Pirates, man. We see.
I think you said something that I didn't catch.
Oh, go ahead. You gonna say something?
I was just gonna say that like I think Rayleigh is just he could be a little bit introverted and he's also just thinking of Roger's feelings, you know. So.
He's a bit that's fair.
Hey, some people like that, bro.
I think yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think here is cool.
Shaky likes him, you know.
Yeah.
Yep, you're spitting.
That's fair.
And he's also the only one that's like not smitten with her or like has outwardly showed it. Because he even says that, you know, the temptation is there. I just, you know, I just want to be free. I don't want to be tied down. But I think this also shows that Roger was ready to start a family, which we know is what he tried to do later on.
He's trying to start a family. Nah, he ain't ready. He's trying to start a family with just Shaki.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No. I'm saying like. If Shaki did not exist, he would not be talking about no family, like for real. Like he was ready to start a family when he was king of the pirates and they abandoned. That's when he was ready to start a family because, like, we know obviously who he had a son by. So like, you know, Shaki, nah, she just killing this verse right now. Like she's just destroying all the guys in this verse. Like.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It's not top tier.
It's crazy. It's definitely crazy. Super baddie.
Heart King tier baddie.
Nah, literally.
Low diff Gloriosa.
Super low diff, yo.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Bro, that is crazy thinking about that. Like that.
No, it's terrible, bro. It's
literally,
crazy.
it is low diff.
We thought she was gonna be that one until like 2 pages later. We was like, oh, she's not really like that. That's super tough for Gloriosa. Yeah, we got the Roger Pirates. We got Roger saying he's not admitting defeat. Pillaging is a pirate's true calling. If you want something, you take it. And this is when they decide to set sail to Pirate Island to take Shaki.
Well, real quick, I will say I thought it was interesting. It looks like he's doing the Nika pose. You know, just putting that out there. You see his arm up, leg up. You know, like.
I'm not gonna lie, man. All right, yeah, that's fine. Okay.
I'm just saying it looks like it. I'm not saying if he is or
bro,
not.
Every time a motherfucker put their knee and arm in a 90-degree angle, it can't be the Nika pose, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I mean,
every time, bro.
It's a possibility, dude.
If his Joy Boy is homie, I don't know, man.
Man, bro.
The fake Joy Boy.
I mean, he got the straw hat, so I mean, there's validity there.
Hey, yo, I don't know, man.
Yeah, he's doing the Joy. Fuck it, he's Nika. Fuck it, it'd be like that. We flash back from the flashback. One of my criticisms with this flashback is there is a lot of time jumping. This has been like this since the start of the flashback. It was mostly forward, which wasn't necessarily hard to keep track of, but like this, why are we going slightly early to go back forward later in the chapter? Like it's a little, I think it could be, I understand the flow of events, but I think that it could be a little bit cleaner. That's just personal. I don't know. That might just be me, you know.
Could be something where Oda, I don't know, he might have wanted to include this, so he's like, "Oh shit, you know, let me."
That's what it feels like. That's what it flows nicely. Like I don't think that it comes out of character, and I think it's gonna flow into where the rest of this flashback leads. I just feel like there's been a lot more time skipping with this flashback in general. I mean, it hasn't been a lot of one time period or focus on one point, which I guess is how you have to do it. when you're trying to cover an entire era, it's just a little bit jarring to me. It might just be me. But yeah, we go slightly earlier in time, 40 years ago, Sacred Mariwa, where we have Garling talking to the five elders. We have the elders telling him that he's getting ahead of himself, and that the previous tournament just ended. Talking about did we ever get a name for what that tournament was? I don't even remember.
What it's called in general?
Yeah, I think it was like a hunting or something, right? Or
it was like native hunting. They called the natives like rabbits or something.
Yeah.
I'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, regardless, they're saying that the
it was the native hunting competition.
Okay, native hunting competition. Yeah. We have the elders saying that the previous tournament just ended, but Garling says that he has found a particular island rich in resources, and that would be a great benefit to the world government, Gorosei, world power, etc. He says on top of that, he found something preposterous there, a discovery he never expected to make, something that the Great One will be quite pleased with, and therefore Garling strongly recommends God Valley for their next competition in 2 years' time. I feel like this all but cements God Valley at the end of this flashback, right? I feel like this in particular, there's no way that we do not get God Valley by the end of this flashback.
I think next chapter ends with God Valley like starting.
Yeah. I'm 100% on that train of thought for sure. Well, I guess we could talk more about this later because we end up seeing what he's talking about at the end of the chapter anyway. But we cut to Shaki's ripoff bar on Pirate Island. We see a ginormous line forming outside of the bar. We see people arguing about where the line starts, how much it costs to pay. This line right here confused me. Someone's saying step around back and you'll do 2 years free labor.
I think that's not Shaky,
Shaki,
but whoever like, is also working with her is saying like, because the person was complaining about how much it cost, and they're like, well, you can step in the back and work 2 years, and then you could get in.
Oh, okay. No,
kind of like what Zeph did with Luffy, right?
Yeah,
when
right.
he ate all that food.
Right.
You could be the bus boy for a year, and then you're good.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. So we see the influx of pirates coming to Shaki's bar. We get a pirate saying they came all the way from the North Blue, talking about how great her whiskey and her stew is. She says you guys are so sweet, but I don't cook for y'all. She says the chef says that they have an order of special simmer beans for Shaki and that they're all out of whiskey. She's like, just give them cheap rum, it's fine. And then she passes it off as high-end whiskey right in front of them. And they don't even care. They're just like, I've never been so thankful for terrible service. Like, they are completely head over heels smitten. She's literally shitting on them in front of their faces. They do not care.
Yep.
But it'd be like,
give her money.
That's what happens.
I actually think that that's actually pretty endearing, just for the simple fact that, like, even though she's not playing, she's legitimately doing the bar thing, but at the end of the day, this woman was a pirate. Like, so I can see her being like this to especially other pirates on this island. You probably kind of low-key have to be like that on a place like this.
Yo, is this Oda meta commentary on baddie culture? Feel me?
This is not the place.
Don't do what they gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
We're not doing this.
Let me stop. My bad.
It's not the right
podcast.
We gotta get canceled, bro. Next panel, bro. We go down this route, bro. Next chapter, we're getting agitated on, bro.
It's done.
We become the One Piece Red Pill podcast.
One Piece Red Pill. No, I can't put that on us. That's crazy. That's nasty work.
Niggas was about to make a culture commentary. Let's stick.
We show men the lens, the lens of real life through One Piece.
Man. No, that was funny. That was funny.
That was crazy.
I'm crying.
All right. Yeah, so we get Shaggy with a little conversation with Rox. She says, "What's the matter, Rox? You seem so fulfilled. If I didn't know any better, I think you lost interest in me." And he's like, "Huh? What? What are you talking about?" We see Big Mom laughing and saying that a woman's intuition can be scary. Rox is like, "Shut up, no one's supposed to know." Someone else is like, "What are you all talking about?" The long neck dude with the triple chin. I don't know his name.
It's Oshoku. It's Wenji. Yeah, Oshoku.
Okay.
Wenji.
Yeah, I would not remember that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
The leader of afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, "What are y'all talking about?" We get Gloriosa saying that you guys are so dense. I think.
I feel like Whitebeard might be asking what are you talking about, and that's why Stussy's mad.
Oh,
Like,
because
what do you care
we
about
see next
women?
chapter they have
Yeah,
an interaction, and then Stussy says in the thought bubble that it's not just a woman, that's the face of a new father. So Blackbeard has been born. Another off-screen achievement for Blackbeard. Amazing. That's real. Bro,
off screen don't mean
that is the off screen right there, man.
I like that.
Couldn't even be born on screen. That shit is crazy.
It's kind of funny that this chapter is him being born off screen, and then the star of the One Piece world, being born at the end.
On screen at the end of the chapter.
I need someone to create a meme of Blackbeard losing, and then he like does a Deadpool, touches the camera, makes it look away, and then like 5 seconds later he turns it back and he wins. Like,
yo, I can't lie.
Waiting animation at the end of the
that would be fire. That would be fire. I can't lie, bro. That just gave me an idea, though. I need when Blackbeard finally kills Shanks, bro. I need Black.
Yo, chill.
But when it happens,
hey, we can cut this podcast right now, bro. Like, ain't none of that. We ain't talking about no killing Shanks right now.
All right, hypothetically, if it were to happen, I need Blackbeard to scream into the sky. Do you all see me now? Do you all see it now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I need him to declare that people see what he's done for once in the entire story. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be insane because we have not seen anything this fella has done from chapter 1 to whatever chapter we're on now. That's what I need. I'm not gonna lie. I think that would be cool. But yeah, Blackbeard was born. This is kind of a side comment. We don't really get much on it because Goldie Roger and his pirates invade the pirate island land to quote unquote rescue, kidnap Shaggy. They call out for her. Goldie Roger comes out. He says, "It's me, your lover boy." Someone says it's the Roger pirates. Get a picture. Is that just like pirates fanning out on the island?
Some nigga just with early stocks. It's like, yo I'm telling you, he's gonna be the go, bro.
Yo, the early stocks. That's mad funny. Shaggy goes to greet Roger, but before she can, he goes head to head with Rox. Rox is like, "How many times do I have to tell you this island is mine?" And Roger is like, "It's Shaggy's bar. No fighting between customers, so quit yapping." And they end up not fighting. Well, they fight outside. Rox asks, how did you wait on the line? How did you deal with that? And Roger's like, "What line?" And we get the cut to all of them passed out, knocked out outside the bar, completely obliterated.
I love Roger, man.
Yeah,
like, that's like so. Honestly, I can see where Ace got it from because I feel like that's something Ace would say. Like, what are you talking about? Like, just
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Roger gets around and drinks for the guys, and Whitebeard says, "Too much noise. I'm out of here." Roger says, "Put it on Rock's tab." Whitebeard says, "Put it on Rock's tab" as he leaves. And as he's leaving, we get a little interaction between Rox and Shaggy. Shaggy asking where Rayleigh is at. Roger says he told Rayleigh to come, but he's resting on the ship. Said he wasn't feeling good. Now, Wyus, is this the moment you were talking about with Rayleigh?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Like, well, we came all this way, and literally, this is for you, in my opinion. Roger's like, "Hey, look, let me be a good wingman, right? Look out for my boy. This is clearly what Shaggy wants. He likes her. Why would I get in the way? Let's go to Pirate Island, make something happen." You see, Shaggy's even, not happy about it. So yeah, I think I was just surprised that Rayleigh was like, bro, we're here. But maybe maybe something actually came up. We'll see.
Yeah. We see Gloriosa tackle Roger, saying how much she missed him and that she assumes Roger's coming to take her away. When we know that's not the case, Roger denies her for the how many millionth time, so they don't need a woman who throws hearts all over the place. Gloriosa says, then he says, but Shaki would be the exception, of course, which pisses off Gloriosa. And Shaki says she'll pass too, looking very sad about it. And we see a little panel with Roger noticing. Roger then goes to ask if Whitebeard is around to try and have a drink with him. But Big Mom says Roger, Whitebeard just left. And then we see Roger annoyed about Rayleigh and asking why wouldn't he just come. We see, I guess they're just singing at the bar, having a jolly old time. Is this Rayleigh singing on the Oral Jackson?
I think so.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think so because I'm pretty sure everyone went, but right, they're saying that everyone came but him, and I think
the music is on top of the thing too. So
right, because he starts singing and then the very next panel, Shaki passes out. So we're assuming that she has the love sickness for Rayleigh.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And yeah, so we move on. We say the narrator says, by Shakuyaku's own decree, anybody who visits the bar is forbidden from fighting. So even when rival pirates crossed paths, no warfare resulted. But at the sea, it was a different story. We then cut to the underworld of Elbath, where we get
before we leave, Pirate Island. I just wanted to make a point about Roger, because Mr. He said that we talked about Rayleigh and Shaki and how Rayleigh being a normal dude and not like foaming at the mouth over her was kind of what is why Shaki even kind of was attracted him in the first place. And it's funny because Roger says to Gloriosa, I don't like women who throw themselves all over me. And literally that's why Shaki doesn't fuck with them. I just found that a very funny, you signed your own loss, buddy.
Yeah.
I found that funny.
So maybe that's the true nature. Now that it's so funny how I'm now piecing this together, but maybe that's just the nature of the love sickness thing. Is that because at first when they said love sickness, I thought this whole time they're just talking about just what just being infatuated, falling in love, etc., etc.
It's a genuine sickness for the Kuja pirates. It's like a legitimate illness for them.
Yeah, I think but I think what the nature of this illness is. Falling in love with someone that don't want you.
I thought that was established already. No, I feel like that.
That you specifically fall in love with people that don't fuck with you or don't want you.
Established. I don't
feel
think
like maybe I just made the connection. I already assumed that based off of
Boa and Luffy.
I was gonna ask a question though. Do you guys think it's kind of a cause and effect thing, or like a correlation thing, where in the sense that the beautiful Kuja empresses are so fond over that they're not gonna like people who are going over them, are so out for them naturally. You know what I mean? It might just be a cause and effect thing where they're repulsed kind of by how everyone throws themselves at them because that's their experience. Just being the most beautiful woman on the sea, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It could also just be a correlation thing rather than a cause and effect.
I think it's possible.
Because the reason well, I was gonna say that definitely could be the case. I only look at it like that only because it seems that
we're 3 for 3 right now.
Wait, what?
We're you're what you're saying is 3 for 3 right now. Every empress that we've seen is out for someone that doesn't like them.
Yeah, it's just that's the first time when it came to Boa and Luffy, when I first saw that, I literally just thought to myself okay, Boa just fell in love. There's no legitimate sickness, you know what I mean? But one time it's a coincidence, maybe even 2 times, but 3 or more times that's a pattern. So for me,
I'm definitely assuming that it's
Yeah,
I'm definitely assuming that it's for loving somebody. It comes from loving someone who doesn't reciprocate the feelings to you,
which is crazy because it's an ironic twist, so to speak, because they get all the attention from people and that they don't want to reciprocate back to them. Oh damn,
Right.
we're gonna turn this really into a red pill pie One Piece. For real. But no, in all seriousness though, it might be like some type of curse, really. But
yeah,
then again, I just need to see an example, because obviously all these women on Amazon Lily are born because, you know, relations with a guy or something like that, right? Like, I just need to see the result of a pirate empress of Kuja, of the Kuja pirates of Amazon Lily have kids, because none of them have kids, right?
Not that we know of, yeah.
Yeah, like, I wonder if it's strictly a love sickness because of the empresses that are in those positions. They find people that don't mess with them back, so they become like, you know, maybe someday bitter, cursed, so to speak, but they don't end up having kids. So, you know, everyone else I think has kids, because the narrator established when we went to Amazon Lily that for some weird mystical reason, when they do have kids, they always end up being women. So I think it is legitimately like a true love sickness thing now, like, but it's probably like a curse thing specifically for like those who, the Empress.
Okay.
At least that's what I'm rolling with right now.
More mysteries by Oda.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's keep it pushing. We move on to the underworld in Elbaf, where we see a Conqueror's hockey clash that starts tearing apart the forest below. We see Loki clinging onto a tree, which ends up getting ripped off and blown away. We see animals running, getting blown away. We see Hydrogen holding on to a rock for dear life and witnessing a clash between Harald, King of Giants, and Roxy Zabek. They both get blown back by the clash, and we see Rox yelling, "How could Harald let the government get inside his head like that?" Harald says, "Believe me, I'll wave in on this." And Rox is like, "Is this so important that you'd kill your friend over? You're just falling in line. They're using you, and you don't even realizing it." This is all happening as they're trading blows and clashing. So Harald is apparently following through on the world's government's request from the last chapter, and is trying to kill Rox to get placement in the world government.
I ain't going. Oh, go ahead. Go. You know what? Go ahead and finish this part, and I'll talk more about it, because I got stuff to say about this.
Okay. Rock says, "Don't you see? They only see you as a military force to be harnessed, and they'll turn you into slaves, call you soldiers." He asks, "Where's your warrior's pride gone? Where's your free will?" And then Harald says, "Don't act like you understand any of that. Our history of violence, from when we called ourselves warriors, does nothing but shackle us and weigh Elbaf down now that we seek peace." And we get flashbacks to different interactions that Harald has had with these countries, where he's tried to help them or gain relations with them, but has been turned away because of the Giants' barbaric past. And Harald continues, he says, "No matter how foolish and impetuous the celestial dragons may be, they have the power to usher Elbaf into the circle of the new world. No longer will we be on the outside." I ain't gonna lie, Harald sounds like a dick rider in this panel right here. Like, I respect his original message. I like what he originally was trying to do is good, but now he's really just bending over backwards to try and gain favor for an organization that just wants to use him. Like, Rox is not a good person by any means, but I genuinely think he's right. And you know what this shit reminds me of, actually? This is a crazy pull, but this reminds me of Avengers Civil War, the Cap Iron Man debate. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The age-old conforming assimilation versus, you know, freedom to choose, right?
Yeah. Did we get to the point you wanted to talk? Ma, do you want me to?
Yeah. Because I mean, the next chapter is just gonna go, you know, into where it goes. I'm gonna say this, Callie, you are 1000% correct.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Harald thinking, bro? Like, I did not expect Harald to actually follow through with that order. I did not think, like, here's the thing. I thought, like, okay, this was what's going to happen. This was the tear that made Harald kind of like go against the government, but then at the same time, like, make them do certain shady shit that caused him to die. I thought this was going to be the root reason why. But no, this nigga, like, oh my God, he actually followed through with it. Like, I'm like, Harald, you went from being bigoted as hell to the beginning of this to kind of being like a doormat for like, you know, you're a doormat for the government, and you're not even like, it's like he lost as time went on, he's lost his pride as a giant. Like, I don't like this. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't like this one bit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. That I feel like I said that. Like, I feel Harald had the objective and the right idea and the purpose at the beginning of this flashback. Once he started changing his ways, he definitely was going in the right direction. But he definitely at some point lost the plot and lost his way, and it's just he's one track minded to. He's one track minded in assuming that Elbaf joining the world government will fix all of the problems that he thinks that Elbaf has, or the world has, with Elbaf and giants in general, which is probably not the case.
Agreed, but at the same time, like we saw in the flashback his journeys and how he was getting roadblocked every time by the government. So, like, you know, you could definitely lose the will at some point because of all that. Like, he's trying, and he's just like, you know, the only way to do it is by being with the enemy, like by joining hands and like I know that's not correct, and obviously with the government, but like as a king, like he's trying to do what's best for his country and his people.
I also feel like this is a step backwards from last chapter, where he went against the world government and attacked that government ship because they were trying to kidnap those people from that island that helped Elbaf, right? That was last chapter, right?
Like how you step up for like, and don't be wrong, he did the right thing there. Yeah. But explain to me how you go from stepping up to the government and saving individuals that, you know, did not deserve it whatsoever. They were not registered in the what is it, the government registry as like a country that was,
they're unaffiliated.
They're unaffiliated, and they literally said that because they're unaffiliated, they're not human, or they're not deserving of rights or whatever else. And he defended the shit out of that. But then this chapter, you're going to kill your friend to get in with these guys. You should be focused on trying to change things from the outside, or force change, not trying to like be one of them. Like, come on now. Like,
but I can see him thinking that if he's part of them, he could get, like, he'd be like, I could protect those people, I could get them on my side. But because they're with me, they're affiliated with me, you know, they get protection from it because he's part of the government. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't want to.
I also, he was thinking.
Oh, go ahead, Wise.
I was gonna say, I also think that because JJ said in the chat, I think that what they're asking him to do to become part of the world government isn't the most. They're not asking him to, you know, step over someone who is, you know, like not ready or willing to tussle. They're not asking him to like destroy a people's country. They're like, yo, bro, like this guy's a pirate and a criminal and an outlaw. Take him out for us, and we got you. I think it's not like it sucks. And I do think he's a rat. I think he's actually a big. I don't rate this at all. I think sadly he's definitely like losing the way. But I think he's making kind of understandable choices given his position. And it sucks. I agree. He's completely like he's given up, and it's kind of sad. But I don't think he's like I want to say like it's not like he like I think because I want to say that last chapter he did that one thing, right? He did stop the world government ship. I think it's a thing where it's not a linear path. It's kind of picking and choosing.
Yeah.
There's
you know,
there's no one. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but yeah, that's kind of what I mean. It's like it kind of exists all within him, like the when to step in and when to think like, okay, you know what, I can do this. And it is a sacrifice he's making for Elbaf. But you guys are completely right in this. He's fucking up. I think we all agree.
Yeah, my thing is not with my issue is not with him trying to kill Rox, because Rox isn't necessarily a good person in his own right. But Rox doesn't.
It's his reasoning.
It's his reasoning, and it's the snakiness of it, because Rox doesn't see Harald in a negative light. Rox calls him his friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's really snaky. Outside of the fact of anything, like this dude's calling you his friend, and you turning around trying to kill him to appease. You know what? I take it back. I started the statement by saying it's not an issue with him killing Rox, but as I'm speaking, I realize I do have an issue with him trying to kill Rox, because he's saying he's your friend, and you hold him like you're a snake, you're a rat. Like,
well, he's absolutely a rat.
For real.
It's not even just Rox's metric by which he's a friend. Even Ida tells him, like, why are you even hanging out with this nigga down at the bar? Because he's like, I can't have you in the castle because I'm a king and I'm trying to be right with the world government. But he still obviously rocks them. He's a rat. I don't fuck with him at all.
He acts as if he's not a friend of Rox or anything, but they wouldn't be having these meetings every few weeks, months, whatever, at a bar chilling if there wasn't some kind of amicable years. If it wasn't some kind of amicable relationship.
Yeah, this has been 16 years at this point that they've known each other. I think it sucks. But I do think I appreciate that Harald is a very mixed character. He's being pulled in different directions by his motivations and values. And I think it's like a very pretty like not black and white character.
Yeah, he's dynamic. Yeah, he's very dynamic. But I still hate this aspect. Like, I absolutely hate this.
But at the end of the day, this flashback is gonna all come back to the point of him getting killed, right?
Yeah.
Right.
This is the life of a guy that fucked up in the end, even though he had good intentions.
Yes.
I will say we also get to see like he goes from one extreme to the next, right? Like he was so one way, and then now he's just trying to reverse course and like go all the other way.
That's a very good point. That is a very good point to bring up. This has definitely been a guy who has gone all in with whatever he's been doing, for sure.
And I feel like that's been his problem. Yeah, I feel like that's been his problem this whole time. Like, you need to find a balance, good sir. Like, I just think, like, didn't he remove his horns at one point? Like,
I don't think he removed them yet, right? That's not. He hasn't done it yet.
We haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
Yeah, like at one point, if he removes his horns, as we know in the future, I wonder if it's because now at this point, I'm wondering if it's because he's ashamed of being a giant or Oni, like full blown ashamed.
I feel like when they talked about him removing his horns, they said it was because for a reason. I could be wrong.
It was to symbolize the becoming a peaceful nation. And he kind of, that's exactly what you're saying, Mark. Look at the on the right page. That's what he's talking about. Our history of violence from when we call ourselves warriors is nothing but a shackle that weighs Elbaf down. Like he definitely does not. He wants to lose the label of warriors, and like roughhousers. And it's like I understand that, and I don't think that's the problem. But like, bro, like it's the world government is not your friend.
Yeah,
bruh. And hold on. And there's nothing. People. And there's nothing wrong with being a nation of warriors. You're only looked like that. They're only attacking them specifically for that, or the history of mankind was attacking his race for that is because of how big they are. They would not have a problem with the history of warriors if they were from other places and they were like regular humanoid people.
Well, they were pretty barbaric back in the day. We can't act like they weren't actually wilding, like the ancient giant warriors or whatever. They were.
Yeah, as of like 60 years ago too. It's not for like in this time period. It's not like it was pretty recent.
Yeah, it's not like it's been far removed by this point.
I know, but but I'm saying like they still, regardless. That's how they see them, regardless of what course they change. What
Well, that's what he's
I was
learning.
going to say I was going to say Blackbeard. What Rocks even established? What was the last chapter? When Ida said like, you know, choosing friends or whatever, choosing friends better. Was that last chapter or 2 chapters ago? I don't remember.
It was last
But-
chapter.
It was
Okay,
last chapter, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, like, he even like Rocks was like, you gave yourself like a ball cut to like show like you're this like, I don't know. What did he say? Basically,
He said, did you think shaving your head was a sign of good faith? Is that a cultural thing you got from somewhere?
Yeah, that right there, that already planted the seed for me of like, hold on, because I hate to like parallel this exactly to real life and bring up real life stuff involved, but you know what this reminds me of? That right there reminded me of like someone black shaving their head or getting certain
dress
type
for
of
like a job
haircut.
interview.
Yeah, that's what that reminds me of. And so when I look at this now, all contextually, and in the future, he gets rid of the horns to basically symbolize peace, that they're a peaceful race or whatever. I feel like he's doing a low key like cultural like abandonment, and I don't like that, because it's not like it was all bad. It's clearly not, because there are people in the future that we know clearly our main character cast, Luffy, Usopp, all inspire from the giants and stuff. Clearly there's people out there that love their culture for what it is, and not like the absolute brutal parts, not like the savage parts, but the other stuff, the we're warriors, we're prideful, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he's taken it so far. And another point is that like the Navy, bro, that's why they're going to see you anyway, because the fact of the matter is you're big and you're strong. Like they will recruit y'all in a heartbeat to use y'all power. Yeah. And that's what they did. Like, so they clearly still see y'all that way, regardless of how civil you quote unquote look. Like, I just
you're still gonna be treated the same way. Yeah, no, that's true.
I'm just so disappointed. Like,
he was warned about it too. Yara warned him that like, I think your struggles with the world government are not really like up to you. They're gonna do this no matter what,
right?
Because they don't rock with you from time. All of us, you know.
And I'm annoyed at Harald acting like this, but I do 100% agree that Harald is a really cool character. He's very deep character. We can see the flaws in his decision. We see how he takes things to the extreme. He's a really good character. He's a very well written character, despite how I feel about him in this decision. I think this just adds to, you know, I may not personally like the decision, but it definitely adds to the depth of the character for sure. I don't want to knock that.
It definitely does. I think he's very compelling. I don't hate him as a character. I am disappointed in him in this moment, but like you said, Callie, I do think it does add to his character, and it makes him like a better written character overall. So
yeah, and all leads to his downfall, which we'll see.
Yeah, then, like, eventually. You know,
the sins of the father goes to the son type of shit too, especially with these two.
Yeah,
and on that note, we've been talking about how he's been neglecting Loki, and that's kind of like the real problems that Elbaf's gonna face like later on, like AKA now, right? Like he's kind of missing the forest for the trees.
Yeah,
yo,
like
where did you get that shit from? You did not. Where did you get that from?
You think I made that shit up? That's like a very iconic
idiom. Before. That was OD. You're missing the.
You never heard that phrase before?
I have never heard that phrase before, bro. No, that's
missing the forest from the trees. You wait, Callie, you serious?
I've
legitimately never. Niggas give us idioms. It happens.
Yeah,
you never heard.
I'm just surprised because that's such an old saying. Like that is very.
Mister, have you heard that before?
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so
wait, what?
So I'm not crazy. All right. So I'm not crazy.
No, it's very humble. Yeah, it's like it's definitely a big one, but it's like you can miss one for sure. But yeah, I think it's very. It's very apt for a lot of things, and this is one of them. Like he's missing he's like so focused on one thing, but it's like, bro, if you focus on what was really important, you know, you could have avoided dying, and you know, maybe you could have gotten to your goal in a different way, you know.
Oh, okay. So,
do you think that is there a way that he looks at? Is there a future where he looks after Loki more and still accomplishes. I ain't gonna lie, it's a deep ass question, and I kind of want to finish the chapter. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Let's not get into all of that. But I will say, like, I think one line that has stuck with me the whole flashback is Shanks saying, "Man, I gotta talk to Harald before it's too late." And I think like this whole thing about joining the world government, like it's gonna end up being what the problem. I don't like. I'm still thinking maybe his soldiers didn't fuck with him. That's why there was a coup or something. Like it's gonna be exactly like him looking for this. Like it's like a forbidden fruit. Like bro, like this is what's gonna get you killed. I have that. I'm very big on that belief right now.
Yeah, that's fair. That's definitely fair.
Also, one other thing, I gotta deeply apologize to Rox because I thought like he was. I mean, and I don't know. Maybe he was to some degree, but now I will never know. But I thought he was using Harald to some degree for a means to an end to get to his goal. But nah, I gotta apologize. He's the realist right here because he legit is hurt by this and everything.
Yeah. No, Rox is absolutely a real one. I agree. I think a lot of us thought that it was just a facade that he just wanted to use Harald for his power, which I'm sure he did.
Me and Mr. didn't.
Yeah, no, you can tell. Y'all
got that. Y'all got that. Because I definitely. It's not that I didn't think that he'd think of Harald as a friend, but you know how there's like I thought he was one of those people that he did think of Harald as a friend, but he probably wanted what he had more, cared about what he had more than he did about his friendship with Harald.
He's literally doing the exact thing Harald should be doing. He is putting his friendships and relationships over his goals.
Right. Yeah. And that
which is what he's doing on Harald for.
Yeah, and that right there should let me know, because this whole time I thought the story was alluding to that, and then like you got Ida last chapter saying like, I wish Harald picked better friends, which is implying, this dude is not a good person to be around and all that other stuff. I thought for sure we're going to get something that like solidifies that, but damn, like I was fucking wrong, and I'm not mad about it. Like,
I'm also thinking like, what if like maybe she meant it in the way that because Harald trying to become friends with the government, that was also like, like a double meaning, double entendre, whatever.
Yeah, it could be another way.
Damn. Spit it right now.
Because he's like putting so much effort into like, oh, like I want to be friends with the government. I want them to help us and this and this. Meanwhile, he should have just been friends with the guy that's been like, yo, we're boys. Let me, let's help each other. We could do this, But and he saw him negatively, so that's why that never happened. But that's just an idea. Like I don't know if that was the case.
No, it could just be literal. Yeah, maybe that's not exactly what she was saying, but I think it's like Oda, like maybe we could read it that way now that we know that it's the downfall of him, right? Like the friends you were looking for, you had the whole time. And I think I think you're bringing up a good point about how like it's actually Rox that comes out of this flashback, or like this scenario. This whole relationship is like we leave it like because we're only gonna see them interact once according to this chapter. After this, we leave this relationship thinking like, wow, Harald did Rox dirty. Whereas before we were like, yo, Harald's a rat. Like the whole like before the flashback started, we're like, Harald's working with the government. Harald's on this moo shit, right? Yeah. And then the flashback starts. We're like, wait, Harald's a sick guy. He really wanted to do all these cool things for Elbaf. But then it kind of turns around. It's like
he might have been exactly what we thought it might have been from the start.
Yeah, and not to say that he's gonna be working with Emu or whatever, but it's gonna be like his goals overshadowed, the means or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I will say there's something that we do have to keep into account, that this is from Loki's perspective, and Loki never had a good vision of his father. Meanwhile, he became enamored and like idolized Rox. So that's definitely something to just.
I don't feel like this flashback is from
I don't think the bias
in the meta Loki is telling the Straw Hats or whatever what happened, but from the reader's perspective, I don't think this is from Loki. You know what I'm saying? This is just us getting retold the events.
Yeah, I know.
But I do agree with the sentiment that I think Harald should probably deserve a bit of grace because he's really trying to do a good thing.
I agree. No,
even if we see like badly sometimes here.
And also remember, Loki's a child too at the same time. So like, I feel like his memories from back then it could be exaggerated. Like that's the only thing I'm saying. Like it's like what if later on we get the real flashback? You know what I mean? Because they would say like there's always three truths. Like one side, the other side's truth, and then what actually happened. Like, I feel like that could be something that's happening here. So
that's fair.
I feel it.
Definitely fair.
Look,
there's always more, yeah.
Yeah, there's always more, and we're gonna get more too.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
ain't it, so.
All right, let's wrap this up because we spent a lot of time on that. I can't lie. Roxanne, Harald finished their debacle. Harald calls him a coward and hits him with a mean gut punch. This shit looked like a what was that Luffy attack? We put both arms behind the back.
Bazooka, yeah.
Bazooka. This looked like a bazooka hit. This shit looks crazy. Yeah. Sends Harald flying, and this is where the relationship showers. Rock says, the talks are off, I'm never inviting you again. Harald says, I'm the king, I can't risk my people's lives on the losing battle of a villain like you. Truly unfortunate. They end up saying, the narrator comes in, says they couldn't see eye to eye, and that their odd little friendship came to an end. For the time being, they no longer met until the day of that fateful incident.
I think that alone is a big thing.
Yeah, that's gotta be. Wait. What are you saying?
I'm saying that I think it's obvious that the fateful incident is God Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. So
because that is to our understanding the end of Rox's life.
Right.
So that means because we didn't before think that Harald would be there.
At God's Valley,
No,
I didn't.
Yeah, and I think that's what the narrative here box is like, kind of trying to tell us, like he's gonna be at God Valley because they're gonna meet, right?
Yeah.
Wait, who, Harald?
Wait, yeah, look,
Harald's gonna be at God's Valley?
Well, look,
I'll just read it. I'll just read the important part. Like, for the time being, they met no longer until the day of that fateful incident. So they will meet.
They will meet.
I guess you could read it in the sense of like they never meet again because Rox dies there. But I think the time being until I feel like that's saying that they will meet.
I don't see how you could read that as anything other than they will meet again. They will meet on the day of this fateful incident.
No, they will meet, but I don't think that means that they'll meet on God Valley though.
I think that's
wait. There's no other option.
There's one incident that we know of, right? But there could be something else, or when they were at Rivery again. I don't know. Like,
no, it's on this. No, because we still haven't. I don't think we gotten. So I think this is a twofold thing, a double entendre, if you will. Until the day of that fateful incident, I think there's two things here that it could be referring to God Valley. And at the same time, the last day that Loki tried to join Rox, tried to join the Rox Pirates, and basically he got a sword, taken against him, and that's what Whitebeard was like. You didn't have to use a sword or whatever.
But that was on Elbaf, right? Wouldn't that be like one of the times that Rox wanted Harald on his crew?
But why not show that fully? We only saw that in like a silhouette. We didn't even get that fleshed out at all.
I think we're supposed to assume it was one of the times that Harald that Rox, because he came a lot.
Agree. Yeah, I agree. That's what I thought it was, just one of the times that Loki asked to join the crew and Rox pissed him off.
I just think when I think of Rox and I think of fateful incidents, it can be no other thing. Like Oda would not.
No. I'm not saying it's not God Valley. I'm saying it's both. I'm saying that like
it can be. It can be.
If there's only one incident, how can it be two things?
And it can't be the same day.
Yeah.
Wait, why couldn't it be the same day?
Bro, God Valley's in West Blue.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not in the New World.
I mean, it literally says it at the next page right here. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. The distance would be too great.
And also
it's God Valley for sure.
That and also what's it called? When Harald died, Shanks was already older because he was on. Remember, he was on Elbaf with Gabon.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry. Say that again.
When Harald died, Shanks was on Elbaf with Gabon. Like we remember because they were in the
in the hot springs or whatever. Yeah.
And then they felt the presence, and that's when that's when things happened with Harald.
Well, that would be in the future, not like when Loki.
The day of the fateful incident. I'm kind of confused in like how it relates to this, the day of the fateful incident, and the time.
Yeah, I'm strictly talking about. So here's what I thought originally. I thought that like basically what was going to happen was Rox was going to show up on Elbaf one last time for whatever reason. and then that was the time where we get the point where Loki fights Rocks, loses obviously, the sword thing, that I mentioned, and then they go to God Valley.
Okay.
That's
but it can't be because it's too. There's too much.
I thought you were saying that when Harald died.
No.
Yeah, it has to be when Rocks dies. Yeah.
Okay.
If the distance wasn't like that, I would agree with that. But yeah,
and the reason I bring it up,
crazy.
And the reason I bring it up is it's just a crazy piece of knowledge that Harald will be at God Valley. The B, I think we have to remember the thing that the last chapter ended with them telling, we'll let Elbaf become part of a member state of the world government if you kill Rocks. And again, Shanks sees him at the Reverie. What does that mean? Does that mean Elbaf became a member state of the world government? And if so, does that mean Harald is really the one who kills Rocks at God Valley?
Or at least was part of the plan that killed him.
So it wasn't Roger or Garth? What the fuck?
What? Okay,
wait, hold on.
Okay, yes, that's what Sengoku told us. I'm just saying, I don't know if I believe anything Sengoku says or what the world government wants us to believe about God Valley.
Yeah.
But wait,
and also in the current day, sorry, I'll just there's one thing. In this current day, LF is not part of the world government anymore, to my understanding. Right? That's what I don't know. I actually don't know if we have confirmation of that or not. But either way, like, I would understand if they wanted to hide the fact that Harald had something to do with Rocks or whatever. Like, they might have set up that Garp really did fight this nigga, even though it might have been Harald to end. I don't know. Whatever happens, Harold's gonna be there, and I think he's gonna gain membership of the world government by helping kill Rocks.
Okay, I don't know if Harold's okay. Me personally, I don't know if I believe that Harald will be at God Valley, only because, like, one, we were shown a flashback beforehand of major players that were already
appearing?
at the
Yeah, 1096 when they all appear there.
When they all
appeared there, and there was no like mentioning, nor was there like implication that like a certain figure was there. Oda didn't even have to say Harald because he may not have even had like his exact name fleshed out or nothing. But we have like no type of like inclination to believe that he was there. Secondly, I thought for sure that the Rocks pirates came there. When they came there, it was an accident. Like they didn't expect them to show up because weren't the people that were on lookout was like, why are the Rocks pirates here? Like, what the fuck? Like,
it was an accident. It was on purpose.
It was because the girl, the slave, leaked the info about the treasures.
He means to say the world government didn't expect Rocks to be there. That's so.
Yes.
How could Harald be here for this one purpose, right? That's what you mean to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is fair. Which is a very fair point of view. Why is Harald there? That is what you're asking, basically.
Yeah, like I have no idea. Like, there's in my mind right now, there should be no reason why Harald is at God Valley. That's why I thought it would be more like they would meet one more time at Elbaf, and then after that, he's going straight to God Valley.
Would you say that this faithful incident? So are we all in agreement that that Harald and Rocks meet again? That's what this is inclining, right?
Yes.
And the meeting on the day of a fateful incident, right?
Is God Valley.
It's God Valley.
Yes, the incident, the day of the fateful incident is God Valley. We'll call it God Valley Day for simplicity's
you're
sake.
Saying that there's no way that Harald would be able to be at God Valley, or it wouldn't make sense for Harald to be at God Valley for the Marines' purpose, because the Marines didn't know Rocks was coming.
Yes, the world government didn't know that he was coming. They literally was every year. They even said it on that flashback. Every time they do that hunters thing, is on a secluded island, obviously with the highest military security and all that stuff to do their bullshit. And I'm saying, like, they were taken off guard by Rocks, showing up, Roger Pirates showing up, etc., etc. So
I have two things to respond with, kind of. One, I'm just wondering what they're because they called Garp, right?
Yeah,
they called
Garp,
that,
and Garp made it.
Yes.
How far?
I think it's. That's the thing, we don't know where Garp was.
I'm about to say,
we don't know
how far was he?
We have no idea where he was. It's just a resort somewhere. And I think what I was gonna say was that the fact that the world government stole something from Pirate Island is not that was even Garp knew that. That might even have been that. Actually, we were saying it's probably Shocky. That's probably why the Roger parts are there. I think there's a thread there where like either Harald is like, I know Rock is gonna be there to get that back, or the world government's like, this is your chance. Rock is gonna come attack us probably. I don't think the world government they did it's kind of literally that's what Garp said. Garp said, poke the beehive and that's what you guys get. So I don't think it's like out of the realm of possibility for them to be like Rocks might retaliate and be here.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The fact is that like even if they had an inclination that Rocks was showing up, they didn't take it or care for it, because at the end of the day, Garp would have already been there. They would have like had him stationed there if that was the case.
I think what caught them off guard was that
as a result of seeing Rocks, they saw Rocks and said, "Oh
no.
Garp."
They called Rocks early. They called Roger early or Garp early because I think it was because the word went out from Ginny.
So that means they weren't prepared then, though. That means they weren't prepared. They didn't let Ginny. Ginny wasn't the plan for them. They didn't like have Ginny make the call. That was an accident.
You're right, but my point is that like the call going out, like the Ginny call going out, might have also been what Harald heard. Like there's a lot of scenarios in which it comes back to Harald either through the world government or whatever. A lot of people showed up on God Valley because of that thing.
Okay, so are you okay? So let me get so are you offering the proposal then that Harald just heard that and then he just made his way to God Valley, or are you?
Well, I'm saying that's literally a possibility. I'm saying the world government might have told them Joni mission.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. None of these possibilities make sense, but it also doesn't make sense for. I can't right now think of a plausible reason for Harald, knowing that we know what we know now, for Harald to be at God Valley. Like there are plausible reasons, but they're like 50% plausible. There's still loopholes.
Yeah, these aren't moving me for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. These aren't moving me for sure, but at the end of the day, like the narrator said it.
Yeah, but that's why I'm trying to figure. We got to see, man. We're trying
to fit our speculation with what the narrative says.
I feel like these are the only. I feel like what I'm offering is the only like threads I can even think of.
Yeah, no, I just feel like normally when we have these like spitball moments, I feel like we can at least come to somewhat of a conclusion, at least on maybe part of an answer as to everything. But like everything you guys are saying now, I can still poke loopholes and holes into.
Hold on, wait.
Oh yeah, go crazy. We're about to go absolutely insane.
No. Calm down. This ain't 10-piece.
I'm looking at the piece right now.
Go to this order these 10-piece, but but for real though, isn't the new world right? How it's mapped up? Isn't it like basically the four blues? Paradise, New World, and then kind of back to the four blues if you went all the way around the world, right?
I think the red line is separating two of the blues from the other two.
Wait. Pretend the red line isn't there though. I'm saying like if you were to make a round trip, would it technically be that like four blue like? The four blues is the starting point. I'm just using this as the starting point because
no, it wouldn't be. The grand line is like
it's the sliver of land line going around the world. It runs in between the four blues.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. Yes, yes. You're right. You're right.
The four blues are kind of diced up for like two different ways, like two
Yeah.
halves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's basically like a centerpiece around the world, and then there's the four blues kind of branch off.
Yeah, they're on the
right?
opposite side. They're on the outsides of the calm belt. Once you go past the calm belt,
Right.
you're in one of the blue seas.
And the new world is just basically the second half of the Grand Line, so it's still the same.
Yeah.
It's just
if you sail the calm belt, if you had the only thing leaving you, like the only thing in your way from the Grand Line to one of the blues to your side is the calm belt.
Okay, then let me offer this. I still think my proposal is still the best one, because what if where they are exactly, like Elbath and all that, what if that just happens to be the closest to the West Blue? Like, if you were to go, like,
I think it is. I think it is close to the West Blue, actually.
I feel like that's
looking at a map right now.
The answer that makes that would probably make the most sense.
Yeah, it's the only one that makes sense. But also, I was talking to my boy at Locals yesterday, Friday. Like, in a lot of ways, characters do shit that doesn't make any sense. Like Shanks appearing at Marineford from the New World, like in like a day. Like,
yeah.
So people get around the world in weird ways all the time.
I feel like I feel like it was established before, like with Aokiji, if you have ways to traverse like the calm belt and etc., you can navigate the world relatively quickly.
But the reason I say that is because it's the red line is in their way, Reverse Mountain, and the red line was in their way. So like, and they brought their ship somehow. Like, it was crazy. I don't know what the fuck they did. But yeah, Mod, I think there's a lot of ways to get through the calm belt and stuff like that.
Also,
yeah, I mean, but that's. Oh, go ahead, Mister. Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking, like, because remember, we did know that Kuma got the fruit at God Valley, and then he was saving people going in and out. What if Elbath was close by, and then he brought Harald there, to help? Like, Harold's like, let me help you, whatever. Like, it's just, I don't know, because
something that could have happened during the events of God Valley that brought Harald, as opposed to him getting warned prior to things kicking off.
Yeah, because like, what if like that happened to one year?
I feel like the timeline there is weird though. Like, how would? Oh no, Kuma, because Kuma has Popo. Okay, I guess I see why you said.
But Kuma still has travel time though.
I'm about to say, wait, hold on. Kuma was still a slave though. How would he know Harald?
I'm just saying, like, what if he just started bringing people to the nearest island, like you're saying that it was nearby, and Harald as the king was like, oh, these people just fucking coming out of nowhere, and then he talks to Kuma, and Kuma's like, we need help, like there's something going on, and he brings them there. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's a possibility, like, especially if these islands are nearby, which we don't know. Like, so
if Elbath and God Valley are close to each other based off of proximity from the traveling sense of like West Blue, if God Valley lines up on like the edge of West Blue into like the New World or something like that, and that's where Kuma was teleporting people, I can definitely see that.
It's possible,
but I don't think it will be a coincidence anymore.
I can't lie. I think that there's a lot of options.
Yeah,
I think I want to wrap this up. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree.
There's one more thing, because remember this, like I was talking about before, that this is from Loki's perspective and Harold's story. What if it's actually not God Valley, and what if like when they come back and like Loki gets challenges rocks, gets really hurt. What if Ida, because we know something happens to Ida, she defends her son, and then she gets slain by rocks, and then that like breaks Harald. Like, you know what I mean? That's why he's like, no, peace. Like, no, fuck that. And he breaks the horns and stuff like that, and then he isolates Elbath from everyone else.
But we're missed to be out the box with them theories. I respect it.
Just something to think about, because like I said,
Ida
before,
definitely does die. You're not wrong.
No, we know Ida's goner. We know she's a goner.
Yeah, and like this is still from Loki's perspective. So like, and Harold's story. So I don't know. It's just something to think about.
That's
I could just be wrong, completely wrong. So.
Yeah, I think also, like, as much as I was saying it earlier, like Mod might be right in his initial thing that the fateful incident might not even be God Valley. It could be from Loki's perspective. It could be that day that he's like.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to bring up when I asked questions originally, before we went off into a tangent. Because I feel like if all these answers we're coming to, if we're bending over backwards to try and make it for Harald to appear at God's Valley, then maybe the incident is just not at God's Valley. You know what I'm saying? It might just be something completely different.
I just think it's like we're trying to think of things I'm trying to say that Oda can do whatever he wants, right? We'd be hard pressed to catch him, I think. And I've been saying, like, I think Oda has gotten, like, the Final Saga has been impossible to predict in any metric, right? I think there will be a good reason, and we will look back at this in like 2 chapters or 3 chapters. Well, it depends how long God Valley is. Like when Harald appears, I think we'll be like, oh, that makes sense.
Oh,
I think yeah. But I'm still staking it. Go ahead. What are you saying?
No, it's up to you. I wasn't really.
I was gonna say I'm still staking it on that he goes to Elbaf one more time just because of this panel right here where, you know, she's saying Rox isn't coming, Loki, and he's like, shut up, you old hag. So like it feels like he's holding out for hope. He still has hope.
Yeah.
We know in the flashback, he I mean not in the flashback, but in the current story, he, like, you know, his dreams were crushed by the man himself that he admires. So the fact he didn't.
You know what? I think you might be onto something, and I think I might actually be on Mr. Train with the Rox thing. I think you guys both might be onto something here.
Explain.
I love hearing this.
I do think that saying the day on the Faithful incident and then cutting to Loki sitting here is indicative of something. Oh my god, I had a point and I just lost it. I'm gonna scream. Oh my god. Yo, I had a whole point, bro. Alright, I give up. It's gonna come back to me. But I do think that panel is very indicative of Loki being involved some way, shape, form in this fateful incident. Oh no, that's what it was. West Blue 39 years ago is the next panel. We didn't get to it yet. We see, I'm assuming that this panel of Loki coincides with this next page, with this timestamp. Yes, no, maybe so?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Well, actually, I was thinking about this. Does, like, I literally asked the exact question to my boy. Does the fact that this last page say 39 years ago, does that mean the pages before 40 years ago? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It might be 40, it might be 39.
Well, because they do, remember when we saw Mary Joa, it was 40 years ago, and this dude Garland was like in 2 years' time, so it's only been 1 year.
Yeah, that's the point that I was gonna make, is that we know that God's Valley isn't going to happen for another year. So if the day of this fateful incident is happening during this point in time, it can't be God's Valley, because God's Valley is not for another year. So it could possibly be a different incident, possibly Rox coming to Elbaf instead of meeting at God Valley. And then maybe the fateful incident being something involving Lita's death, which would, you know, lead to whatever it leads to.
Yeah, and I feel like Oda definitely like putting Loki there and then putting God Valley.
Putting Lita and Loki in that panel with the fateful incident, and then I might be on board with you, Mister. I ain't gonna lie to you, gang.
Like he's trying to throw us off, like, because we're all just waiting for God Valley. You know what I mean? Like, we're just, it's got to be God Valley. It's the only incident we know of. But like, you know, what if it's just something else that we just are not privy to yet? So we'll just wait and see.
I would kill this nigga Oda, man. I'm not gonna lie.
He's crossing us all up, bro.
Hold on. Callie brought up a good point. It definitely is most likely the case that it's not God Valley with that line of reasoning, and like I still think, like I said,
first. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, true, Mister. Yeah, you did, Mister and Callie.
There we go.
Yeah,
let's go.
But he got the order right too.
Yeah, and I still just think there is something else that happens, but this is the moment that we're going to get where, you know, Loki, you know, his dreams was crushed by the man he admires himself, and you know, that fateful day that where he asked him to join, and you know, they fought, and it was bad.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're going to get here. At least in my opinion.
I'm not mad at that train of thought anymore. I'm not gonna lie. I'm off the God Valley train for this incident specifically. I still think we see it, but like,
I'm more convinced. I'm less like I'm way more inclined now to believe that. I'm not gonna shut it out anymore. I have to ask, do you guys think that, because in my point of view right now, that moment, what does it mean to Loki for him to have gotten stabbed and like beat up? Because at the end of the day, when they go to see Harald on the day he dies, he doesn't like Harald because he worked with the royal government that allegedly got Roxas killed. He still fucked with Rox heavily back then, even when Harald was gonna die, which is like 14 years ago from the present time.
Yeah.
So why is it such a fateful incident? Is it because Ida? You guys think the Ida thing? Like I feel like in terms of Loki and Rox,
I genuinely think it's Ida, and I think that may spiral into something involving Harald and possibly Loki. We know Ida is looking after Loki and Hydrogen right now. So I think losing her, I may not affect Loki because we know he doesn't necessarily care for her, although we do see some tsundere like behavior.
Yeah, I would do the exact opposite. It's gonna affect him greatly because she's stepping in for his other mom.
Yeah. So yeah, I can see how it ties in.
I would just be like, man, I just have to say, like, on a personal level, I'd be like, man, all this God Valley stuff, the fateful incident. And here's my last question that I have to pose. I know we wanted to move on from this, but we kept coming back.
No, it's good. It's all good.
My last question I wanted to pose about this Elbap thing. I think clearly the reverie Shanks is talking about, Harald was there as a member state of the world government. If Harald does not come to God Valley, does not kill Rox when Rox allegedly dies, from our understanding, do you guys think they give them membership into the world government for something else?
No, I don't think so.
That's my big thing. I don't think they give membership for something else.
I think
no, because they're still not members at all today, right? They're not like.
But I think that might have changed.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it might have changed twice. I think they went from not being members, like in this current flashback, becoming members because Harald was at the Reverie, according to Shanks, recently. And then sometime in the last 14 years, they are no longer members.
They could have just had him at the Reverie to hear him out, or talk about the proposal
it might have
of
been
adding
an official invite, because the first time he went to the Reverie, he just went, right? He just went to try and plead his case. It wasn't as
he was in disguise.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
It's not Shanks seeing him at the Reverie doesn't necessarily mean that he was officially invited as a king. So they could, for all we know, they might not ever have been in the world government.
That's true.
Yeah. Which will align with him not going to God Valley, because then he never killed Rock, so they never, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah. And they could have been inviting him this whole time just to have a discussion about including his people, him and his people, into the registry. But maybe after the end of every meeting or whatever, I don't know how they do it. They go into a vote or whatever, supposedly. I don't even know if it's even a vote, honestly, with Emu.
The vote of kings. You're right. They voted on abolishing 7.
Oh, true. Yeah, you're right. They did. Okay, so basically, maybe it just kept ending inconclusive, or it just never like fully, gone into. Yeah.
And why was Shanks there if he's not a king? Also, so that's another thing.
True.
Yeah, Shanks definitely on his fucking. God's night shit. But before we even talk about that, I will say, Loki says in the chapter Harald dies, 1152, he's like, I wonder what Harald wants, because him and Jarl, it's hard to care about the whims of a government dog. He sold out to the people who killed Rox. Do you guys think that means he's not a member state? To me that means he's like sounds like member state to me.
To me that does sound like member state. I didn't remember that line. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, maybe it was official, but it never actually got implemented fully, and then it just got reneged. I don't know.
Yeah, once he was killed, they were like, all right, that's it. Yeah, forget it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's finish this up.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. I ain't gonna lie, we've been going kind of crazy, and there's not too much to talk about in this last part anyway. We get the little tsundere moment from Loki where he says, "Shut up, you old hag," to Ida, and she's like, "You want me to pour you some juice?" And he's like, "Yeah." It's fucking goober, man.
Hey, look at I just gotta say, look at the explanation points, the angry thing, and the ... and then it's like, that is hella funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Loki a little punk, man.
Remember when Kylie was hitting on him as a baby?
He's a little punk, dude.
Yeah, Loki was still an ugly baby, bro. I'm 10 toes on that, bro. You got it. That shit is not changing my opinion, bro. I definitely did say that whenever his bandages eventually fall off, he's gonna look hard as fuck as an adult. But he was an ugly ass kid, bro. I'm not about to lie and act like he wasn't. Like, that shit was nasty.
You got it, bro.
Baby, bro. That's bad juju right there, bro.
That's tough, man.
Hey, remember what D3 said? You can't claim Loki on nothing. You can't even admire him as an adult.
That's
like,
crazy. Unfortunate. So we flash back a year later from this Rocks Harald interaction. West Blue 39 years ago. God Valley. We see God Valley for the first time in this flashback, I think. I don't think we've actually seen God Valley in this flashback. I think it's been talked about.
I don't think we have either.
Yeah. And somebody's had twin boys. I wonder who they could be. The townspeople are talking about how adorable they are. They say that they've got the red hair of their mother. The townspeople say they hope that these twins turn out as wise as their mother, to which the mother says, without their father around, we'll have to... Oh, to which one of the other townsmen says, without their father around, we'll have to help with that. The woman says thank you. The townspeople ask what their names are. And we end the chapter on a panel of two babies, twins named Shanks and Shamrock. So we see the birthing of Shanks and Shamrock. I don't think there's too much to delve into off of this here because we know they were twins, both born on God Valley.
I don't think we knew they were born on God Valley.
Yeah, we did not know that.
Okay, now we know.
Look
at that.
We assume, right?
We were wondering about like what brought them here. But the most Occam's razor, like they were born here. They never left.
No, you're right.
Yeah, and
I think the one interesting thing to note with this part is going back to Shamrock's words to the world government earlier in the chapter, where he talks about this nation that he met, which we know to be God's Valley. But he says the island is rich in resources, and he also found something preposterous there, a discovery he never expected to make, and something that the Great One will be quite pleased with. Does this have to do with Shanks, Shamrock, or their mother? There's no way he's talking about the woman, right? He's like, I found something great there. This hot-ass girl that I had babies with. Like, there's no way that's what he means, right? Unless, well, if he's talking about something the Great One will be pleased with, is he talking about future candidates for Holy Knights in Shanks and Shamrock?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I thought it was a little, like, going back to how the paneling was, right? We get the Garland information, how he found something. And then we also get word that, Rocks became a dad, right? So I'm wondering what if his kid was also born there? Right, but like, because Rocks is keeping a secret, he never went back. And like, this dude Garland was like, oh, I'm gonna do the same thing, but like, I'm gonna like station it in a way, and that's why I like set it up there. Because remember when we go to God Valley and we see the Rocks pirates there, what does Whitebeard say? He says like, I hope what's it called? Rocks stays on mission, right? But it seemed personal when we saw that last clash that last panel of God Valley with Roger and Rocks. And like Roger's like, Rocks, wait up, and then like, Rocks was like, no.
He says, get out of my way, Roger.
Yeah, so like it seemed personal, like he was desperate to get there for a reason, like a father trying to get there for his son, or like or the woman that he was in love with, because obviously he wasn't shaky anymore. So I don't know. That I just thought it was not a coincidence that in this chapter that Garland was like, I found something crazy on God Valley, and then like, Rocks is also keeping a secret at the same time from his whole crew and they mentioned that he might be a dad or whatever the case may be.
True. Quick, something else I wanted to know. I know this is maybe a weird question for me to ask, but like, what are the people of God Valley? Like,
what are they? Are they not human?
No, like, are they?
What resources do they have? Like,
no, are they a part of the registry?
No, they're not. No, they're unaffiliated. Shamrock says it. He's like, it's an unaffiliated nation with its own unique culture.
Okay.
And he recommended that they join the world government, but they couldn't get an agreement together.
But they didn't agree, yeah.
So now he wants to use them for his hunting games.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the TCB put it in a different way. TCB put it pretty like convincingly, like they didn't want to be part of it. But this is more like, we couldn't iron out the details. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like it's interesting that they did not want to be part of the government. Anyway, continue on.
The reason why I'm asking is because I just find it kind of interesting. This is the first time we've seen technically celestial babies that were born from a celestial dragon, right? Or whatever.
Like a half breed of a human.
There's Bonnie.
Huh?
Bonnie, yeah.
Bonnie.
Oh yeah, well yeah, Bonnie, yeah. Well, I mean, someone. When I say that, I mean like a celestial. Babies that are born into celestial dragon culture, which is trash, but a culture nonetheless. And I'm just kind of surprised that they're both just right here. You know what I mean?
This is actually kind of, I think, why I don't think what Figarland Garling is talking about is Shanks and Shamrock at all, or their mom. I think Figarland Garling.
I think that was the case. No.
Yeah, I think Figarland Garling comes to this island for he just happens to dock a ship there, like he said, on whatever mission he was on, and then he has sex with this woman, and they have kids, and he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't even know he has kids, probably. And later on, he's like, "Yo, this island would be good to have the native hunting competition on." I think he genuinely just does not give a flying fuck about this woman and her kids.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't even think he knows he has children because this is a year before they're even born, right? It's 40 years ago.
Yeah, 40 years
and then
ago.
39 years ago they're born.
They're born, yeah. He might not know.
So he probably just dropped. Yeah, I generally don't. I think he's like, yo, I need company for the night, and that was it. So I think he didn't plan to even care about them, and I think it's interesting that only Shanks gets picked up by someone, and Shamrock becomes an actual social dragon, like you're talking about.
Is it?
I think we're gonna have to see the circumstances that lead to that.
Is it? Just to play devil's advocate, is it also possible that whatever it is that Garling found on this island made him want to have a reason to come back or put stock into the island? Hard to explain what I'm trying to say.
No, I know what you mean. It's like a bookmark.
Yeah, like a reason to come back for whatever this thing is, or maybe a reason to have kids there. Honestly, as I'm saying, it don't really make sense to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, because I don't think social dragons would have kids they care about from a human woman.
Yeah, that's why I'm like looking at this. That's exactly the reason why I'm asking. Like, hold on, wait, before I even throw that out there as a thing, let me make sure like the God Valley people are like not celestial dragons of any kind or anything like that.
Yeah, they're just randoms.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it was just surprising to see two, babies of, that are of celestial dragon heritage. That's not Bonnie. That's on a random island. I would suspect they would be on like marriage. This whole time I thought they were born on Marriagewa, and they would be like, in like those tubes or something like that with helmets. I mean, with freaking fish bowls on, like as babies or something like that. I don't know. Like
I think it's interesting that Shamrock says that Shanks returned to the Holy Land, like as if he was born there, but he never was. He went straight from his hometown,
God Valley,
to Roger Pirates, and then he could have just been speaking broadly about come back to being a social dragon from thread or whatever. I'd find it interesting if Shamrock even knows that they're born on God Valley. I feel like for some reason, like Figarland Garling learns about his kid. Yeah, give me twins. And then their mom is like, let me try to at least save one of them from this native hunter. Puts him in a box, hopes a pirate picks him up. I feel like there's a lot of different ways it could.
Because we do know that Shanks was found at God Valley, right? I mean,
and specifically in a treasure chest, and it seems to be one of the chests of the competition. So I think his mom tried to save him or both of them, and Garling found Shamrock and Roger found Shanks.
And also, like, I don't know, these people are like, they're talking about the father. They're not. It doesn't seem like they're afraid of Garland. So I wonder if he just came and wasn't like, I'm gonna kill people too. You know what I mean? Like, just
see, that's also why I'm so confused.
Yeah, no, definitely. But
like, they're just here. Like, I would not expect Figarland, like Figarland to just like, you know, be casual with like a bunch of randos. Like he don't give out that type. He seems like
or he's just playing the role, and like then he has a nefarious
Yeah.
reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like he infiltrates them all, be all goody goody, and then he comes back to Gorosei like, yeah, I'm about to fuck these guys up, you know? Like,
oh goodness
you know
gracious.
what I mean? Like,
And I think like someone in the role of like a God's Knight who was doing missions, and it's not always like a, you know, just go to battle, a war or whatever. I think it's like kind of in their favor to not do that. And a question about the God's Knight that I was asking is like some of them don't wear, like all of them except for like the fish dude don't wear the
I forget his
helmet
name.
thing, right?
Yeah, the dragon dude, the one with the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sleep dragon dude.
that dude. Yeah, they don't wear, they like only he wears the helmets that we've seen of the God's Knight so far, which is pretty
Yeah.
interesting because that's like I guess the Gorosei as well. I feel like if you didn't see a celestial dragon without their helmet, you'd have no reason to believe they're a celestial dragon.
Right.
So I could see him not wanting to like blow up his spot, you know, like let me just like find an inn for the night, fuck some woman, and get out of here. But what I think is interesting is that there's something on the island, a proposal thing, and for some reason, instead of saying let's go to the island and get it, 2 years, let's have our native hunting competition there. I think that's strange.
that's actually that is a good
strange.
point. If it's something that's very prominent for Emu, then why risk it by doing a competition?
Well, I think maybe to like give it like an alibi in a way, like not an alibi. That's not the right word. Like like it's the cover up
Excuse?
story. The excuse for it, right? But in actuality, they have other reasons for it. Like I don't know, just the way
thing is, just
the way
last chapter, like we saw the world government just obliterating a random thing that would have been cooked if Harald
True.
didn't stop it, right? I don't think they care. I just think it's strange that he's like, in 2 years. Let's do this
I mean,
thing.
I think they're also being nefarious, and I think they were also planning the downfall of Rocks. Because, like I said, like if he found like, oh, this person is having whose baby? You know what I mean? Like by being nice with the people on island, and then he's like, oh, okay, you know what? We're gonna come back in 2 years' time, like plan this whole shit out, and then by leveraging Rocks' baby against him, that's how we take him down, type of shit.
As with and what you were saying earlier with God Valley potentially being like Rox's, like where Rox has had his kid at. Is what you're saying. Yeah.
Very possible.
But then, like, you know, shit doesn't go that way, and then fucking these twins got split. Blackbeard went somewhere, because like I looked up the ages. Blackbeard is 38 when we meet him. Shanks is
that makes him 41 now.
He's 30. Yeah, so he's 1 year older. So I don't know, just definitely something to think about.
It's weird, yeah.
All right, we good?
my guess, by the way, on what Garling was talking about was year in it. But my question is, well, again, the 2 years thing? I don't understand 2 years. So that's it's a strange thing. I hope we get it figured out.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to see. All right, that's gonna be it for the episode today, guys. Big shout out to everybody in chat today. You guys were popping. We appreciate everybody in the YouTube and Twitch chat. We appreciate you guys a lot.
Always.
Make sure you guys check out the episodes live every Sunday, 12 p.m. Twitch.tv/Cali_Mac or YouTube at Straw Hat Sit Now. Come check us out, chat with us, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys follow us on all our socials at Straw Hat Sit Down on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. If you look for us, you will find us. We are not on break next week, I'm pretty sure. So we should be back. Yeah, we should be back next Sunday with another chapter review. So make sure you guys look forward to that. I'm looking forward to where we go from here because I'm pretty sure it only gets crazier from this point. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I don't see it slowing down from this point.
Thanks.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, the episode. Until next time, you guys, take it easy, be safe, be healthy. We appreciate you guys, and we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that straw hat sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that straw hat sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Straw hat, sit down crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin'. Every time an episode is dropping, we see D3 in the corner. Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's why us, last but not least, if you ask me, then Cali, mad at captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that One Piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that straw hat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that One Piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that straw hat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that One Piece? We